MCLegoboy here with 7199 General Grievous Combat Speeder, 157 pieces of Clone Wars Comeback. I'm not quite sure what to call it. But anyway, let's just kind of get the cat out of the bag. This set is not fantastic. All right, it's $30 and 157 pieces. That's very much not worth it. However, I was able to get a discount on the set, for me anyway, and it's one of those things that it's from the Clone Wars. Like, I've got to get it because I really like this little thing. The one time it showed up, the two times it showed up, really. But we'll get into that later. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, it's not super great, all right? Just gonna put that out there right now. But anyway, we'll get into more details now, and we'll talk about the minifigs. So the first one we have is Mace Windu. I'm actually kind of surprised that they threw Mace Windu in here. However, I'm not upset about that at all. Mace Windu was barely used at all in minifigure form, so I like seeing him here. And looks good. So, get a little bit of back printing. And that's it. So, nice purple lightsaber. Although, to be honest, the best purple that there has been for Mace Windu has been the light-up version from 2005. That purple was a lighter purple, and it will always look better, in my opinion. So, now we get on to General Grievous. So, General Grievous, this is not the first time that we've seen him. And it's not even the first time that we've seen him in white, but it's the first time we've seen him in white in my channel. So this is the redone version of Grievous, where all the legs and arms are, and even the head is able to be moved, which is really cool. Oh man. However, he's also still, he's kind of static at the same time. So in the Clone Wars, he was tan. In the Episode 3 stuff, he was white. He's now back in white, even though this is technically Clone Wars. But you know, I'm fine with that. The biggest downside for me is the arms. These arms that are on the sides, they're going to be they're longer than the other arms because it's not at the shoulder. But that's not the problem. The problem is that the clips on these do break. My Grievous, my Clone Wars Grievous, all of his arms are broken. And I'm guessing the reason why is because this is possibly like a slightly inferior plastic. It's got a weird kind of translucent feel or look about it. It's kind of strange. And it's also entirely possible that these clips are actually too thick, or maybe they're too thin. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I do know that they break, and unfortunately, I don't think the tan Grievous came with extras, or if it did, I haven't found them, and I wouldn't have enough anyway, or I've already used them. But like, this is my Clone Wars extra pieces bin. You can clearly see right there, this thing is filled all the way up like that. Like, there's a ton of pieces in here, so they might be in there. Yes, I do keep my extra pieces, but only for like Clone Wars and the other Star Wars sets. Like, they all get put into bins just so that I can find extra pieces easier if I end up losing them, like losing one of the smaller pieces. Other themes, though, extra pieces, they're just gonna go in regular bins. But yeah, like this Grievous, he's cool and all, but his arms break. So, not sure how to feel about that. But you know, like, you can get some nice dynamic posing with the arms and things like that. The head, I wish you could turn it left and right, but obviously, like, I'm asking for too much at that point. I think these legs are dual molded. If not, they've found a way to print it just like they do on the Friends sets or something, Friends minifigs, because, wow, these look great. And there are 2 more lightsabers you can give Grievous. They're just on the bottom of here. And I guess we've moved on past minifigures now. We can just move right on to the speeder. Interesting. I'll get on that later. But yeah, lightsabers. They always say attach it by the hilt. I always say go by the blade. The blade's better because the hilt has like this silver that is printed on it or like painted on it. However it's done, it's magic. However, it's not long-term magic. If you keep clipping these in and out of hands and clips and things like that, that will wear off and you will see the gray underneath. We also have these spring-launched missiles on the sides here, so that's cool. And the speeder, like this chunk, this can spin, like, and it's supposed to be able to spin, so don't worry. But I'm most likely just gonna leave it like this, you know, because I mean, spinning it doesn't have as much visual detail as it does in the show. Sticker. I want to say that there was another sticker somewhere, but I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. It must have only come with 4 stickers, so yeah. This, you just got a small little Technic assembly, and it is static. This can move a little bit, and these antenna things can move to be your controls. There we go. And it appears that mine is slightly warped in a way. Not sure what's going on there. But yeah, I mean, there is really not much to the set. And so now we're going to get on to, like, even though I've already said that it isn't very great, let's get into more specifics. Oh yeah, and I think the head also has broken on my Clone Wars Grievous as well. So, unfortunately, this guy uses a bunch of clips, and since clips are the bane of my existence when it comes to Lego, I'm kind of dealing with problems. So, yeah. There, we'll do that. And now he looks like he's flying a thing while also fighting Mace Windu. But now, we'll get into some specifics. So, obviously, the biggest downfall is the price. $30 for 157 pieces. Now, when I first saw that this thing was being made, I originally thought that this was going to be made of the larger version of this piece. And I'm like, wow, that is huge. No, actually, it's the little small ones. Because for some reason, I can't tell scale when it's from just an image. So I'm a little surprised at that. But the largest pieces in here are these 4x8 plates, these curvy things, these things as well. Typically with larger pieces, you do need to demand a higher price just because the quality control on it is needed. And you're using more plastic than a small piece, you know. However, this thing is already, like, way too big for Grievous. It's, like, double the size it really should be, or at least 3/4 this size would be more perfect. Like, if it was 3/4 the size, or even half the size, it'd be more to scale. But then also it's like you're dealing with play functions. You've got spring-launched missiles. Like, this thing can't even slightly turn for you. So it's got some problems. Like, if there were a few other minifigures in here, like if he had droids, or even better, we haven't seen Magna Guards in a while. Like if he had those guys with him, and maybe include a clone or something like that, that'd be pretty cool. But it's ultimately missing the mark on a bunch of areas, or in a bunch of areas. So yeah, I mean, it's not great, but I got it for a discount. I basically got it for $20, which is a much more desirable price point. So if you've got extra VIP points and you're really into getting this, because when I first saw it in the Clone Wars show, we saw it in the Youngling arc, where they're on oh man, what is it called? I want to say it starts with an F. But anyway, they're on Florum with Hondo and all the pirates, and then Grievous shows up and starts ruining everything. Well, he ends up getting on this little speeder, and they go on this chase through the little canyons, and it's like, man, this is so cool. And then even in the Utapau story reel episodes that were never fully rendered, they were just animated, but not fully rendered with nice light and shadow, and all the details are in there, and facial movements are correct and things like that. We see it again, and I'm like, man, that'd be so cool to have. And I'm happy that I have it, but it doesn't do anything. Unfortunately, like it just kind of sits there. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing. I'm curious to see, or not see, but like I'm curious to know, because they clearly are given price points like, here, make a set for this. It's like, why was this one chosen to be the $30 one? Is it because we had to break out the molds for Grievous again? Is it because of these larger pieces? I just kind of want to know. But yeah, I mean, it's fully up to you guys, of course. Like if you're a big Clone Wars fan, I would say get it. But I would also say get it if you can get it at a lower price, or you can find a way to, I don't know, get it at a lower price. Or wait until it is on sale, you know? So, anyway, I mean, it's not a bad set. It's just not fantastic. So, this has been MCLegoboy with 75199. General Grievous Combat Speeder. See you guys.